Thanks for staying up.
Well, of course, I think I would have been up anyway, considering the light show that's currently going on behind me.
I mean, it's been spectacular, this solar storm. I understand the peak time is about now, 2 a.m. ET. Where is the best place to see it?
Honestly, the best place to see it is wherever you are currently. I wouldn't waste time getting in the car and driving too fast. Right now, I'm in northern Colorado, somewhere we would never typically expect to see the northern lights, and I've seen it out behind me in full force. I even saw it to my south earlier today. So wherever you are, if it's dark, just go outside and take a look.
And hope for the best. Your research primarily investigates solar flares. Obviously, we can study this one so much more than the last major one 2 decades ago. What are you hoping to learn?
Yeah, so we have a whole suite of facilities around the world observing this flare and the effect from this flare, including the National Science Foundation's GONG facility. And by pairing all of these different data sets from all of these different instruments, we can really start to piece together the story, the narrative of from when that flare first leaves the sun, or the flare triggers on the sun and that plasma moves through the solar system to it arriving on Earth. And with all these different pieces of data, we can begin to piece together that story in a way that we haven't been able to before.
And of course, the sun has these solar flares, right? These powerful eruptions forming on the sun's surface. And I understand you started a project called Sun Science Daily, which got a big following on social media. Explain why it got that following and at what speed are these flares heading towards Earth right now?
Yeah, so I think for a lot of people, they don't realize that the sun really does anything. They think of it as a static, unchanging ball in the sky. But really, when you start to look at the data, the sun is doing interesting things all the time. And sometimes those things manifest itself in a large way like this, but even the small events are interesting to scientists as well. And these things are hurtling away from the sun at thousands of miles per second. So really, really quick stuff heading our way.
And this activity is all linked to this very, very big sunspot, right, on our sun. It's quite a strong magnetic field. I've read it's so big that if you have those eclipse glasses, you could see it with the naked eye. Is that right?
That is true. If you have any eclipse glasses left over from last month's eclipse, stick them on. It's a bit of an eyesight test, but for most people, you should be able to make out in the sort of approaching the edge of the sun now, you should be able to make out a big black dot with your eye, and that is the sunspot that produced the northern lights tonight.
Wow. And these solar storms are cyclical, right? They typically happen every 11 years or so. This one was expected to hit mid next year. How long could it last?
Yeah, so the sun itself follows an 11-year cycle where these solar storms are more probable. So it isn't one that happens every cycle. So it's not one every 11 years, but towards this peak of this cycle, we expect to have more. So this year, next year, we anticipate having more of these things than we did a few years ago and more than we will in a few years' time. This current solar storm is set to end over the weekend, but we could be due for more coming soon in the coming weeks and months.
Well, that is exciting. And these geomagnetic storms can have the capacity to affect technology in space and Earth, right? What could be impacted?
Yes. So it's important to note that flares and solar eruptions can get much bigger than this. So this did reach a G5 geomagnetic storm, but there have been flares in the past couple of centuries that have gone way off that scale. So the last time we had a G5 geomagnetic storm was back in 2003, and the recorded impacts from that were a few transformers being damaged down in South Africa and some sort of power outages in Sweden as well. From this level of events, we could see some sort of localized, small-scale, temporary effects, but it's only for the much bigger events that, again, get a lot bigger than this, where you might see wider spread outages.
So you're talking about outages. In terms of GPS tracking, in terms of the International Space Station, astronauts up there right now, could they experience any impact?
So interestingly, you mentioned astronauts in the International Space Station. There's a policy that if there is a large solar flare or solar storm, they don't do any spacewalks, because if they were outside the space station, they would be exposed to more radiation. So during these times, they will be confined to the living quarters, which are in the center of the space station there.
Wow, incredible. And I imagine they've got a pretty good view of it right now.
They will. I actually saw the International Space Station pass over not too long ago, And as I was seeing the northern lights from down here, no doubt they would have been looking out the window if they're able to, looking down at the northern lights from up there.
And so for someone like you doing what you do, this must be an event of a lifetime. I mean, to get to have solar flares, this geomagnetic storm on this scale, something we haven't seen for 2 decades.
It's certainly really exciting. I mean, the sun and researching the sun has been my life since about 2017. And with the solar eclipse last month and the current solar storm going on now, it's so great to see public interest in the sun, being interested in something that we do all the time at the National Solar Observatory. So really exciting stuff.
And so over the coming nights, is tonight meant to be the best night to see this? What can we expect over the next couple of nights?
So we expect tonight to be the peak. Tomorrow night, I will probably come out again and see what happens. So do keep an eye out from tomorrow night. And if you're somewhere around the world, maybe sort of Asia, Australia, that hasn't had nighttime yet, or you're just moving into nighttime in the next few hours, definitely worth a shot there. But again, Saturday night, we could still expect some ongoing solar storm, but probably not as high as what we have right now.
All right, Ryan French, exciting times. Good to have you on the program tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.